Well, there you go. Alright, we're gonna start over. It's not gonna take long though. It's fine. Alright. Make sure you save your game on your memory card. Again, we said we don't want to do rollbuck in this tutorial. We agreed on that one, so we're just not gonna do it. It's all good. Is it mastered? No, it's fucking random and stupid. The 100% version of 1 Tiki is actually fine, but the any percent version is really dumb, and it's just luck at the moment. Yeah, it's gonna be on YouTube. I'll put it up there, sure. But yeah, this tutorial kind of already assumes that you've learned the intermediate any percent tutorial if you're getting into 100%. So, I'm not gonna go over the basics. Just do this route where you get this spatula up on top of the pineapple.
Now I can wear 4 pairs of underwear. This is great.
I just dropped an input. Spin input didn't go through. Maybe I should just get a new controller. Alright. So hands disabled. Now we're gonna go through and get this spatula in the moat. Little thing here. To activate the save glitch. Now remember, it's important that you don't go to the cow bungee spatula after this because you need the save glitch to get to the rest of Bikini Bottom. And remember, this is a category where we have to collect every sock. So if you see a sock, get it. Pretty much. Unless I say otherwise, but yeah. Just follow the route that I do. Pretty much just follow what I'm doing. If you have this on your screen, if you disable the hand and you have the save game on your screen, you can do the save game glitch where you walk around. You just go completely out of bounds and skip the whole first area of the game. The alternative for this is really, really stupid, and it only saves a minute. But a minute for a category this long, when you're new at it, is not important at all. I mean, there are a lot of people who actually run this category are like, pretty experienced at the game who still do this strat, because in 100% it's not nearly as big of a deal. Yep, this will be on YouTube, but if you have any specific questions, you can ask them now while I'm live. That's the benefit of doing this now. I'm just trying to do stuff for the 12-hour challenge. I want people who are interested in learning this game to be able to take this weekend to learn it. So I'm putting a resource on the internet for 100%. That's the plan, because I know people said they wanted to learn this. It's more of an intermediate category, so once you learn it, yeah. Yeah, this tutorial excuse me. This tutorial assumes that you already know how to do the strats that were covered in the intermediate tutorial. But people have expressed that they don't want to do rollbuck, so we're just not going to go over it. It's fine. But as I said before, this area in here, you don't have the bubble bowl. So you got to go around this way and then go all the way back. Hit all the duplicators just so they can't spawn anything. If you can get any robots on the way, that's good, but don't worry too much about it, because you got to worry about knocking these guys up first. So take care of these dudes. There are going to be a lot of them. Alright, so once you get this spatula, after you collect this spatula and the game saves, and you see the save screen disappear, feel free, if you're on Xbox, if you're on GameCube or PS2, to remove your memory card from the console. Because you're going to lose time every time it saves. On Xbox, there's no memory card to remove, so don't worry about it. But yeah, just doing a little bit of SpongeBob storage here. Again, intermediate level tutorial, so you should already know how to do this. For this trick, just kind of like go over here and try to rebound against this wall and do the SpongeBob release so you can get on top of the police station. Now, when I set this up, I'm gonna be standing like right here, and maybe you can just like, can you actually jump over? Is it possible to jump over this ledge from here? I'm not sure, but either way, the jump might be more precise than just. Okay, you can just jump over. It's not precise at all, actually. Okay, just jump over. Just fucking jump over. So talk to Mr. Krabs, go inside the chum bucket. This game is pretty damn broken. So pause the game and go to the Cow Bungee and Jellyfish Fields. Now, you can go ahead and do what we just did before. You're just going to go through this level, get the 2 socks that are here, and then we're going to go into Dilemma. And if you've learned the intermediate tutorial, you should already know how to do Dilemma. Oops. Alright, so here, this platform is a checkpoint. So if you jump up here and get this sock and drown in the fountain, you want to jump from this to here and just go overshoot it and just drown. And you'll respawn down here. Now make sure that you get this box. Again, the theme in this category, like I said before, we had to restart because that weird soft lock. You get that box. You want to get all the boxes you can see, pretty much, because you're gonna almost always be backtracking.
Button is the most satisfying. Push, 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 push.
All right, so if you've watched the Dilemma tutorial, it's in the playlist, and it's also in the intermediate tutorial too, so people here have already expressed they already know how to do it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get through this quickly. Again, if you're an intermediate runner, you've probably learned this stuff already, so it's fine.
I should do it again sometime.
But we're avoiding tricks that people say they didn't like from the intermediate. Oh, wrong. That's the more difficult version. We're gonna stick with the one that's 100% consistent. Yes. I haven't done this in years. I don't even know what that was. Let's try it again. Yeah, okay. I don't know why I turned around there. That was like muscle memory from another trick that I usually do. What video is Dilemma skipping? It's in the intermediate tutorial. I'll just play it for you right now. I'll quickly just play it. Hey guys, welcome back to my Battle for Bikini Bottom speedrun tutorial series. Today I'm going to show you how to do Patrick's Dilemma skip, which skips the fighting segment at the beginning of Jellyfish Caves. When you first enter this level, you're going to want to collect the 2 socks before the fight. To get the first, jump onto the sledge while sliding and continue to find it later into the passage. For the second, space 2 full jumps to get on the edge of this tall platform. To maximize your jumps, hold down the jump button for both jumps rather than just tapping it. This will allow you to collect the second sock. Before starting the actual trick, remember to open this box as you'll need to travel in it later. Now jump off of the sledge over the goo in this spot, and you'll activate the cutscene trigger for Patrick's Dilemma. This is done so you drown during the cutscene, which skips the whole thing. When you respawn, walk around the left side of the checkpoint and make your way up to the top platform. Now before we cover the boost, I want to draw attention to how far SpongeBob can walk off the ledge while maintaining the ability to perform grounded moves. As shown here, even walking off the ledge this far allows SpongeBob to bash. You won't need to walk this far off for the trick, but it's good to keep in mind how much leeway there is when performing it. A lot of players fear walking off the ledge and drowning without realizing how much leniency there is for the bash timing, so don't be afraid to walk off the ledge slightly to set up the bash. So let's start talking about the boost. When you reach the top platform, start walking along the backside of the Duplicatatron robot and hit it with a bubble spin around this point when you walk by. Hey guys. Alright, so Twitch is kind of shitting itself right now. Like, I can still see my chat, but Twitch is like... I haven't dropped a single frame, by the way, for this whole duration. It's just that Twitch kind of shit itself. We good? We back? Okay. Refresh. You guys good now? Okay, cool. We're gonna play the video again. Sorry to the YouTube viewers, that was really stupid. But yeah, I'm playing this because I can this video will explain how to do this trick better than I ever could in person in real time. And it's going to do it way faster than I could too. I don't want to waste anybody's time, so just watch this shit. It's actually good. Alright. Hey guys, welcome back to my Battle for Bikini Bottom speedrun tutorial series. Today I'm going to show you how to do Patrick's Dilemma skip, which skips the fighting segment at the beginning of Jellyfish Caves. When you first enter this level, you're going to want to collect the 2 socks before the fight. To get the first, jump onto the sledge while sliding and continue to find it later into the passage. For the second, space 2 full jumps to get on the edge of this tall platform. To maximize your jumps, hold down the jump button for both jumps rather than just tapping it. This will allow you to collect the second sock. Before starting the actual trick, remember to open this box as you'll need to travel in it later. Now jump off of the sledge over the goo in this spot, and you'll activate the cutscene trigger for Patrick's Dilemma. This is done so you drown during the cutscene, which skips the whole thing. When you respawn, walk around the left side of the checkpoint and make your way up to the top platform. Now before we cover the boost, I want to draw attention to how far SpongeBob can walk off this ledge while maintaining the ability to perform grounded moves. As shown here, even walking off the ledge this far allows SpongeBob to bash. You won't need to walk this far off for the trick, but it's good to keep in mind how much leeway there is when performing it. A lot of players fear walking off the ledge and drowning without realizing how much leniency there is for the bash timing, so don't be afraid to walk off the ledge slightly to set up the bash. So let's start talking about the boost. When you reach the top platform, start walking along the backside of the Duplicatatron robot and hit it with a bubble spin around this point when you walk by. Now once you hit this, you set the trick into motion, so keep in mind that you must continue without hesitation after you do this. Walk to make SpongeBob's back perpendicular to the back of the Duplicatatron. If you take a look at this diagram, you'll understand what I mean. Imagine the backside of the robot trying to cut SpongeBob in half. Now this is the part where walking off the ledge comes into play. Walk off the ledge with your back perpendicular to the back of this robot to about this point, just slightly off. Then use the bubble bash off the ledge. When you notice you reach the peak of your height, input a bubble bounce. If you time this correctly in one motion, you should be hit by a blast at the highest possible point. Now as soon as you regain the ability to jump, hold down the A button to perform a double jump and push toward the ledge. If you time this well, you should grab the edge, where you can then make your way to the Patrick text box trigger to finish skipping the fight. You may accidentally input a jump on the first frame of activity after taking damage. This frame perfect jump will give you the first and second jump to get over the ledge. However, I don't recommend attempting to go for the single frame in runs. If you're too early, a jump won't come out and you'll just drown. You still want to do it as early as possible, but if you do it too early, you'll just fall into the goo without jumping. Dilemma skip has become less common in beginner routes for the speedrun. However, if you get it down consistently, it's a good option for a fast bachelor before Industrial Park. If you can't seem to get it, it's not a big deal. Alright, hopefully that helped. Again, like, these videos are so much better at explaining shit than I am because I took the time to edit them and script them, so it'll be better for you to learn stuff. Alright, so pause the game, warp to infestation at the Krusty Krab in Bikini Bottom. Now we're gonna do the thing where we break everything in the Krusty Krab and just don't die. It's just like, you can just kind of like vaguely follow what I'm doing. Honestly, if you've played this game enough to get to the point where you can do the intermediate route for any percent, you're fine, really, with this stuff. You shouldn't be having too much trouble with it.
I feel like I should be working.
Not yet, Nightmare. We can do that tomorrow, definitely. Unless people are interested right now. Alright, so pause the game now and warp to Bikini Bottom. Now you should have 7 spatulas and 6 socks, and we're good to go. There we go. Alright. Now we're going to Dream. Okay, so are we okay with Super Bounce Skip? How do we feel about Super Bounce Skip? Anybody okay with that one? Do you want to skip it? Do it, yes, no? Because we have 1,000 shiny objects, we can just skip it. You don't have to do Super Bounce Skip in this run because you have 1,000 shinies here, and we do SPA. Do it? Alright. So I'll give you 2 options because I don't want to force anybody to do it if they don't want to. But I think that the intermediate tutorial covers it and people are okay with it. Super Bounce Skip is kind of hard at first, but you just gotta learn how to space your jumps properly. That's done pretty well for one, but you can see it again here. Sorry, I'm having a hard time talking. One of the things that a lot of people get wrong here is they push forward. They push forward the entire time, or they go off the side like that. I'm trying to show you the pushing forward thing. Again, like I'm going against my muscle memory trying to teach this right now, so I might fail a few times. If you know what I'm saying, like trying to show how it's not supposed to be done. It's hard. See that? So what happened there? The spikes on that block have a full hitbox around them, where every area on this spike can hurt you. Even the parts that like you're not physically touching the top of the spike, it'll still hurt you. So when you're pushing forward like this, you want to make sure that you don't push forward as you go over the spike, and when you go over, then you push forward. Because a lot of people, like, they say the spike is like right here, they're jumping up and they're still pushing forward into it, and they touch the spike and die. What you want to do is like jump up, go over, and then land on it. So the spike's hitbox pushes you up. There's a website that we were working on that has like a list of those things, but right now the best resource is either the tutorial playlist on my channel or in the BFB Discord server. Another thing about this jump too is you want to preemptively, like, you want to anticipate landing on the block. If you wait until you react to yourself hitting the side of the block, if you wait to react to if you wait until you hit the side of the block to react to it, you're probably gonna not have enough time to react and jump on it. So you see here, I know when I'm gonna touch the block, and I'm jumping as soon as I know I'm gonna touch the block. I'm not waiting to see myself touch the block and then jump. I'm jumping when I know that SpongeBob is gonna hit the block. So that's all the advice I can really give on that. Just make sure you're holding down the A button completely to space your jumps properly. If you don't want to do this, that's fine. And the reason why I put Krusty Krab and Treatom early was so you don't have to do oil skip. So you also can buy this because you have enough shiny objects to buy this instead of having to do that. So you're not forced into doing it if you don't want to. You feel me? So because you did Krusty Krab and Treatom already, you can just buy that if you want to. It's okay. Okay, so now, make sure you get this warp in Squidward's dream. It's pretty important. Now that you have the warp, pause the game and go to Super Bounce, the spatula you just collected. Yeah, my stream, Twitch fucked my stream for a second. I was fine, but Twitch did not, it said like it was an insecure connection or some shit. I didn't drop a single frame. Twitch just had a little oopsie. You guys already know how to do this shit. I'm not gonna go too much into detail on it. This is easy for you guys if you've been doing this since you first started running the game. Hey Shark, thank you for the Twitch Prime, man. Welcome aboard. Enjoy the emotes, and I hope you enjoy the tutorial as well. Okay, this part's actually kind of fun if you haven't played 100% before. Make sure you get this box. Make sure you get this box. Very important. Now fall on the slide, and we're going to collect 2 more socks. Wow, this controller fucking sucks. Holy shit, man. I don't know what I'm gonna... Seriously, I don't know when I'm gonna end up replacing this thing. Alright, let's just go back up there and do it again. That's why I opened the box. I legit, like... I tapped the A button and it counted as 2 inputs. I always try to make these controllers last as long as possible, but sometimes when shit like that happens, it just makes you want to switch. But if you're too hair triggered on switching controllers, you're gonna end up with no controllers and you're gonna spend a lot of money, so you gotta make them last as long as possible. This part's really cool. So when you land on this oil here, don't give any analog input and you'll kind of just like slide over to the sock. It's fun. Alright, so now that we are done with Dream, we have... Oh shit, we're not done. Okay, hold on. We're not... After you get that spatula, you're gonna want to warp back to the Dreamscape. And we're gonna get this spatula. Now you don't actually have the bubble bowl at this point, so... You gotta just have good jump spacing. Make sure you're jumping at full height, and it shouldn't be that hard. You'll get it eventually. It's not that bad. But a lot of times it'll look like you're clipping through it when you're really just going like to the left or right of it. It'll look like you touched it, but you didn't actually touch it. It's frustrating, but you'll get it. You should have 11 spatulas and 8 socks at this point. Yeah, the viewer count dropped because my stream went offline. What's up, Bionic? How you doing, man? Alright, so this part is actually kind of cool as well. You need to time 10 jumps. So the 10th jump... excuse me, you need to time the 10 jumps, so your 10th jump over there by the tikis spawns the spatula, and leave this thing here, because we're going to skip the spatula animation. So, 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, And let's put you right here. So you have everything destroyed so far. Now what you're going to do is do a full jump over the spatula and spin. So that'll put you over the spatula, so the cutscene plays, and you collect the spatula during the cutscene, so that saves a lot of time. You're pretty much just waiting to... You're watching the spatula animation during the cutscene, so you don't have to waste your time watching it separately. And of course, we got the classic rock suck. Okay, so if you don't want to risk disabling the hand, you can go around back and skip this cutscene. I missed it by like literally one pixel. It only saves half a second though, so if you're worried about disabling the hand, don't worry about it. Okay. You guys already know how to do Sponge Glide, right? You watch, I mean, if you watch the beginner and intermediate tutorial, you're at the point where, like, if you already know how to run this game, you can't not know how to do this trick, so I'm just going to go through it. You should already know exactly, so. We're going to get this sock later with cruise boosting. That's why we're skipping it for now. Yeah, so you know how to do this, you know how to do early towers. At this point, we're just kind of going through the motions. These categories are pretty similar, 80%, 100% at this point in the game. Again, nothing you haven't seen before. Pay attention though, because after this part, we're gonna get a sock inside the caves, and you gotta, again, that's a big I seriously autopilot all the time there. It's a big point for autopilot. Is going into here and just forgetting to get the sock. So you gotta remember to get this sock. Yo, what's up, Hada? Thank you for the 9 months. Welcome back, man. Good to see you. We're teaching some people how to do this category for the 12-hour challenge. So pick up this part, this little ice thing, and throw it into the water. Nice ice, by the way. And get the spatula as the ice comes up. So you're gonna go for this sock over here. Alright, we gotta get every sock in the game. It's 100%. When you get this sock, pause the game and warp to through the sea caves. Now, we're also going to get the sock on top of the sandcastle and under the sandcastle in this route. Should be a way easier with SpongeBob, by the way, than Patrick. Because Patrick falls, like, he doesn't have the floatiness of SpongeBob. Alright, now you have 14 socks. Pause the game, warp to connect the towers. And claim your reward. Type exclamation claim to claim your diaper. Okay, now that we have 15 spatulas, pause the game, warp to Patrick, and we're going to go to the Poseidon. Alright. So now... at this point, I would say just trade the socks to Patrick. Just trade them, whatever. Might run into a routing issue later if we don't. Just fuck it. Now the fun sandy fight. Did I go over this in the intermediate tutorial? Does anybody know? Did I go over sandy manipulations? They're pretty simple. All you gotta do is just stay in the center. If you approach her from the center of the stage, she attacks you. That's how you gotta jump faster.
Left itself vulnerable. Great barrier reef.
Okay, I went over the manipulations. Cool. So we can just like kind of fuck around and talk about diapers for the next 3 minutes. How about that? Sound good to you guys? You guys who aren't actually, is anybody enjoying just like learning about these strats, by the way? Just have no interest in doing the run. I want to try to make these enjoyable for people who actually aren't learning the game. Because again, like you guys subscribe to watch runs and shit like that, but this is like some different content. Cool. Yeah. If you're not learning the run and you still have questions, feel free to ask, because I like people to understand what's going on. But yeah, if you're thinking about playing this game, the road to get into this tutorial, you gotta learn the any percent beginner route, then the any percent intermediate route, and then you go on to this. That's like the I guess the trail, the course of action. This is like the third step. So now you're ready to learn 100%.
Oh, nice flying head thing move by Patrick.
Yeah, I'm glad that people like watching tutorials because it shows like people are interested in like the mechanics behind the game and how to play it themselves. It's awesome. I mean, if you want, like, you can use this stuff to 100% the game for fun too. Makes it a lot faster.
Wow, I've never seen such an electrifying match.
So after this, we got that SBA crap. It's gonna be fun. And no, we're not doing one Tiki SBA in this tutorial. That's not happening. Even though one Tiki is a viable strat for 100% with a setup, the setup is still precise as fuck, and it's not really, it's not going to be good for beginners to use, I don't think, or intermediate players. It's more of a high-level strat. Why is the GameCube version not as broken? It is as broken. It's just the loading times are a little bit slower. You can do this on GameCube. You can vape along with us on GameCube and do the run on that console. That works. I started playing this game on GameCube as well. Technically a Wii, but it's the same shit. Wii's just a little bit faster. Alright, 17 spatulas and 4 socks.
Hey, Plankton.
Alright, we're good to go now. Now we're going to go to Goo Lagoon, pause the game, and warp to the only silver spatula in the menu for here. Now, we're going to do SBA, the fun part. SBA is actually super fucking free if you're doing a 2 Tiki strat, and I'll show you how to do it. Yeah, this 2 Tiki strat is very, very easy. Just make sure you have that tiki like somewhere off to the right so you don't accidentally stack them. Nah, dude, the OG 2 tiki strat was always easy. It was always free. This was, I love doing this in runs. It was so fucking easy. Because you got the tiki on top holding it in, it makes it so much better. Alright, this is very, very simple. All you have to do is walk all the way up to the machine where you can't move anymore. Get perfectly centered with the holes in front of you. Walk forward and throw it. It'll sink in. Jump in. Now do the same thing where you face the holes exactly like this. Grab it. Don't move at all. Throw it. It'll hover a little bit and then it'll fall into place. Now you're going to grab this shit. Walk over here. Do the same throw as the first one. And they'll land on top of each other. Now switch to SpongeBob. Go over here. Grab the sledge. You might get like a side ledge grab, like if I can accidentally do it now. You might get like something like this. Just keep doing it until you get like this one. Tap the B button. That didn't work for whatever reason. Sometimes it doesn't work. There you go. And that should stick in there. Now, in this speed run, remember to get this sock over here. When that breaks, it spawns a sock. Just grab it. You only need 50,000 shiny objects, so you should have enough, but just like, I guess, like pause the game before you leave to make sure you have it. 50,000 is a very safe number. As a matter of fact, you can just buy this clam, really. You gotta walk out of range first. You gotta walk out of range because if you have the 30 going on, it cancels the text box. So you gotta be like on the side over here. You see how I stand over here, it doesn't give me the shinies? You gotta talk to the clam from over here to get it to work. But yeah, once you get that... Oh, shit. Just go straight up to the bungee. You should be good to go. And we got plenty. See that? Got plenty. Now pause the game, go back to Mr. Krabs at clean out the bumper boats and collect your diaper. Now, this part is going to take a little bit of a deviation from what you're used to watching because it saves you a little bit of time in walking. So what we're going to do, actually, nah, fuck it, let's just do it. So scroll down to SpongeBob's Dream and go to Slide in Texas Style. And there you go, I'm just gonna go there. That's the end of this split, so you have 20 spatulas and 6 socks. Okay, no problem, Avocado. I'll upload the VOD later on YouTube. So you unlock the box over here so you can go in here and just go straight to this part. This part is pretty self-explanatory. You just gotta fight the robots, but there are a few tricks and tips that I'll key you in on so you can battle the robots more effectively. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. More runs tomorrow, by the way. We're doing more runs tomorrow. Make sure you don't get hit by that, Chuck. As you're running up to this duplicator, try to activate as many Thunder Tikis as possible, because they'll blow up the robots for you. Sometimes you can actually get a little oil slide, and then lasso the guy as you're sliding, and just slide right into the spatula. That's a strat you can go for, but doesn't always work out in a way you can do that. Make sure that you do not forget the sock back here, though. There is a sock back here. Make sure you get it. And once you get this sock, pause the game and warp to on top of Shady Shoals. Now, I'd normally say warp to Mr. Krabs, but because you're not doing the 1 frame forbidden skip or the normal forbidden bowl, you have to do that first. You have to warp to here. So, yeah, because if you warp to Mr. Krabs as Sandy or Patrick, you get a glitch where you can't talk to him. It loses a little bit of time, so yeah. We're gonna buy spatulas until we have 29.
So that's...
But you should have 21 and 7 going into here.
So that's quality. So that... That's quality craftsmanship, that is. Come again. So that... That...
Alright, once we have 27, we're gonna go into Shady Shoals, and this next part coming up is actually just straight RNG.
So that...
But it's not a big deal. You'll lose like a few seconds max most of the time. There's a 1 in 10 chance that you get this TV. Make sure you get that sock, by the way. There's a 1 in 10 chance that when you hit this TV, it gives you the right channel, and I got it first try. It's not that uncommon. So just gotta hit the TV, get the sock. Yo, Soulful, what's up, man? Thank you for the 6 months. Welcome back. Yeah, this is all like pretty standard stuff right now, though. The only thing you really got to make sure you do here is get the sock. I mean, excuse me, not the sock. You got to make sure that you open the box so you can get the sock later. We're setting up right now so we can get these socks later. Yeah, make sure you get that. Make sure you open that box. What I usually do is I walk to the left side. It triggers like a muscle memory, so I don't autopilot and go in there without getting the box when I used to get the box here. So just make sure you get that box, yeah. Alright, this part can be kind of tricky because these little nodes go around in a circular motion. What you want to do is just run up to this thing. Jump on the damage boost up here. If you miss this, there are still nodes that you can bounce on to get up here. But keep in mind, you can only do it on the ones that are close to this pole. You see how there are ones that are like farther away? You want to make sure you're jumping on a pole that's like this one. And I'll show you a backup if you can't get this later. I'll show you a way to back this up. Alright, see you later, man. Thanks for watching. Get this warp in case you fall, because it only loses half a second, and it's pretty safe. If you fall during this, you can warp back to it and not lose like half a minute. I gotta remember that this tutorial kind of assumes that you've already gotten past the intermediate skill level for any percent. So a lot of this stuff should be pretty self-explanatory.
Up we go. Yep. Oh boy.
Nah, Twitch had a fucky wucky and then I got hit offline, so the stream had to restart. Alright, so if you couldn't get that sock that way, you can just get it the normal way. This is the actual, like, normal way to get the sock. Like that. You can get the sock up there that way. And you can just warp back to spinning towers of power. Now, like, you can go all the way down the slide. Obviously, like, the casual intended way is to go all the way down the slide, but you can just kind of cut it off right there and grab it. Anybody have any questions so far, Klepto? You good, man? A lot of this stuff is pretty similar to 90% so far. This will be on YouTube tomorrow, Ben. Don't worry about it. You don't have to stay up. It's okay. Alright, you good? Cool. Yeah, so no prawn early in this. The route where you use prawn early in this is so fucking insane that the world record doesn't even do it right now, so don't worry about it. Yep, this is basically just 80%, but it has more content and it has more fun shit in it. So you're gonna like it a lot. And this part here is still 80% too. I got you, Ben. Don't worry about it. What you gotta remember here, and again, security tunnel is actually kind of nice in this category because you can get really close to the button. You're not trying to like cut corners here. You can get really close to it because you gotta go to the box anyway. Did I cover bathroom boosts in the intermediate tutorial? Did I do that? I don't remember if I did, but either way it's really easy, so I can just show it again. Wait, do we even need bathroom boosts? I don't think we do. No, we actually don't. But we should just do it because... Wait, you get one spatula from that. Yeah, we should just do it. That's fine. Well, yeah, you know what? Fine. We're just gonna go straight to Sand Mountain. That makes the most sense because the Sand Mountain cruise boost strats are kind of like a little bit above intermediate skill level, I would say. Also, leave Mermalair with 35 and 10. Also, watch this recovery. Sand Mountain. You guys ready for sands?
Sand.
Yeah, we're gonna get the lodge spatulas in this trip. Yo, what's up, Zach? We're doing a 100% tutorial.
I've gone.
Alright, boys, do not forget any socks. Now, I don't think I've actually gone over Guppy Mound.
You've just met
But
the Sponginator.
Maybe I did it in the beginner tutorial, I'm not sure. Either way, important pieces of information coming up. This Chuck here is a fucking prick. Make sure you're aiming toward him until he throws his missile and then jump. Because if you jump before he throws his missile, he will hit you. He will fucking spot on hit you right between the eyes, so yeah, don't do that. Avoid these Slender Tiki because you have enough shiny objects for SBA. From SBA, you don't have to hit these things, you're good. Do not forget this sock over here. Again, if you don't give analog input here, it'll kind of push you forward. So, do you want to trade shiny objects for golden spatula? Yeah, exactly. Because it's reading your movements. You have to make sure that he's baited into not going after you. Alright, this route actually works out pretty nicely so far. Sock. Now here, you can kick this pole to get up here without grabbing, but you can also just grab, it doesn't really matter. This Chuck, okay, another thing too here, do not jump over this because you will get, like, if you jump over this, you might get the plankton text box and then you just fall. Do it from down here. Just keep an eye on the Chuck to make sure he doesn't hit you. And once you do that, you should have 40 spatulas. Winner, winner. Pause the game, go to Mr. Krabs. You should have 40 and 15. Alright, industrial park time. You guys already know the drill on this one. You know what? I'll just go over the advanced manipulations. Why not? We'll throw a little bit of fun. We'll throw a little bit of fun into this. Phase 3 will include advanced manipulations.
Great Barrier Reef! That's the ticket! Now the robot's taking a beating out there. What is Sandy going to do to get SpongeBob unfrozen?
Yeah, this picks up a lot once you get past Industrial Park, though. The rest of the game is so much fun to play.
Do-si-do and around you go.
Yeah, so reminder guys, tomorrow we're still doing more runs. I'm just doing this today because I know some people want to learn 100% for the 12-hour challenge, so we're getting this out of the way. been meaning to do this for a while, so I'm just getting it done.
Do-si-do and around you go.
My favorite level of the speedrun is Kelp Forest, without a doubt.
One more douse with that stuff, and SpongeBob will be back in the ring. Oh, that's gotta sting. Do-si-do and around you go. That does it. SpongeBob is back in the fight.
Advanced manipulation. So this is really a movement heavy based strat. But pretty much what you're doing is trying to go back to this corner. Stand in this corner, and when he spins, you run. Now, when you spin in that corner when he goes off, he can land in like one of two spots. He can land in the over here in the front or on the side. Looks like he's landing on the side. So, just gotta make your way over and snipe him out. Now he's over in this corner on this side. You can do it in this corner here. Stand in this corner and undo it again. Now, he'll probably land. He can land in one of those spots too. The key to this, the reason why this strat is so useful is because when he spins like this, he will almost never land in the back. So you can predict where he's gonna be much more easily, since you completely rule out one entire side of the stage. And he's a lot more likely to land in that corner, like in the front for that second spin. But you just go back here and do this again. The only part that's actually like true RNG here is really where the goo drops go. Just avoid them. If you get hit by them, you gotta redo the entire life hit. Like, I guess like spin cycle. I was really trying not to say spin cycle, but there you go. But yeah, it makes him a lot more predictable. Alright, so now we're gonna do...
I'm sorry, Plankton. The Chum Bucket lab is locked up tight. I don't know if I'll ever get enough golden spatulas to get in.
I actually add a pineapple split. I'm adding the pineapple split because it's kind of like... It might be difficult for some people to remember that you have to go to the pineapple, but pause the game, warp to... actually, here, you should do this, actually. So now that we're over here in late game, well, let me change this. Yeah, I did some runs tonight. I actually got a run going. So, okay, so now that we're in late game, we have cruise boosting. You guys already know how to cruise boost because you did the intermediate tutorial. Get a cruise boost off of this area here. And you're going to climb the chum bucket just like this. Just like I did not do just there. Watch me do it now. You can kind of like weave between these buttons, bash up and get this spatula. Now, Chad, this one you're gonna warp to SpongeBob's closet. Right here. If you want to get fancy, try to press the R and B buttons, the R trigger and the B button on the same frame. You can get a little bowl boost. If you want to get a little bit fancy with it. Now, we'll get a cruise boost off of this shit. And get the sock that's floating around up here. So pause the game, go to the top of the pineapple. Now we're going to go to downtown Bikini Bottom. Alright, that was a total accident. I did not mean to get grabbed by the hand there. Just gonna if that happens, just redisable it. Like that. Alright, so now we're going to downtown.
Downtown Bikini Bottom. Once a bustling metropolis, now a debris-covered crater.
Alright, so this is going to be the first level that we do everything entirely in one go. We're going to 100% downtown Bikini Bottom in one sitting. So we got a cruise boost off of this thing, and you can bash up here to get these two wheels over here. A lot of this 100% category is just movement, so you pretty much just have to follow my movement. There's not really much else to explain in a lot of these parts. The one thing I will say here is avoid going out of bounds, because you will re-enable the hand. In that case, like, it's not that big of a deal. You can just disable it again, but you will lose a lot of time for that. So kind of aim away from here. Just don't, yeah, just avoid that. But now that you've done this, you can climb up this statue. If you have trouble climbing with cruise boosting, you can just get another one when you get back down. It's not a big deal. Also, Myrtle, see you later, man. Thanks for watching tonight. Get this sock in here. You gotta remember the socks in this category. That's why I'm gonna frequently have these splits to show you how many socks you need. I think that this is actually how you do this. No, this is not it. There's a trash can here. Okay, bash over here. There you go. So one more time, just so you can see that again in one full motion. When you come back here, you bash up on the trash can, run through here. There's another trash can over here. Bash over. How do you disable cruise boosting? You either get hit, use a bowling shot, go into a loading zone and die, exit the level, so forth. Oh yeah, little tip here. When you get this text box, press A to cancel it. Don't press B, because if you press B, if you're on Xbox, you can potentially get rid of your cruise boost. Okay, so this one will require some explanation, but you're gonna have to watch it back to really understand what's happening in detail, because I can't really redo this. The music cycle is already it's already done, because you get that text box there. It's gonna be the same every time, so pay attention to the music cues. I'll try to describe the best way I can, but this is the pattern for the sea needle. Okay, I already messed it up. It's been a while since I've done this. You know what? Fuck it. There's a video in my playlist describing how to do the sea needle. If you want to see how to do it the hard way, the high level strat, it'll be in there. But yeah, I already messed this up, so it's a little bit late for that. Big F. But if you're an intermediate or beginner player, pretty much all I have to say is don't die. Because if you die here, it fucking sucks. You gotta redo the whole thing. Just make sure if you're playing any percent before and you don't know what this level does, all you have to do is hit every tiki and you get the reward. Shit. I'm making this look like such a giant pain in the ass, but it's actually really fun when you get it down. The only thing is, if you mess it up, you have to suffer through this abomination of a cycle. So once you grab this spatula, if you're on GameCube, walk into the West Wing and fire a cruise missile to hit that button over there. But if you're on Xbox or Xbox 360, just pause the game, warp to come back with the cruise bubble, because the game on Xbox and Xbox 360, the loads are so fast you can save time just by loading the level. So that's like a nifty trick. Now this part, just be careful not to fall. We're not talking about that. We're talking about that over there. We're gonna get to that door over there. So you can get a stationary cruise boost here. Give yourself a little bit more speed. Should give you enough to get over there.
I don't think he needs a hand.
Alright. This part's mostly self-explanatory. I'll show you some backups though, just in case you don't get it the first time. Just pay attention to the wheel placement because you need to get all the wheels.
Number 1 in the Bikini Bottom scavenger hunt, 3 years running.
So if you fail this, what you're trying to do is jump up here and go up just like that. But if you fail this and you already detonate that, another thing you can do to get back up is to bash on top of, oh shit, hold on. Again, this lamp post here is a good backup too. You can jump back on. Turn yourself to get like here and bash up onto this thing. You can make it across from there.
Number 1 in the Bikini Bottom scavenger hunt, 3 years running.
Another way to get up here if you fall by chance is to kind of like bash up here and jump across and try again. And in an extreme case, if you break this cannon by accident, this one's a little bit harder, but you can kind of bash up here and turn around like that and get up like that. Now obviously you should get rid of your cruise boost before you do that, unlike what I just did. I messed up. You should get rid of your cruise boost when you get up here. Just like that. Now if all else fails and you still can't get up there, the final backup you can do is switch to Sandy. And there's like a way to get up here, Sandy. You can grab this swinger from here. I haven't done this in so long. Actually, you know what? That's not the best way you can do it. You can do it like this too, I think. Yeah, just like this. Like that. But yeah, if you don't have to do this, like if you're SpongeBob, you just need to be SpongeBob, really. Shit. Now I'm struggling. Okay, downtown rooftops. You guys are gonna love this. This is a really, really fun segment. You know what? Just get this button first before you do that. This is a really, really fun segment. You guys are gonna love it. Again, this is the same thing as the one in any percent, but you're just using cruise boosting. Okay. Windmill jump. You might take a few tries to get this, because it's a little bit tight, but not really that bad. Okay, just do that. Make sure that you step on top of this part here until you see the checkpoint. And when you see the checkpoint, just kind of jump. And you'll die. You'll fall down and die. Now once you do that, get another cruise boost. This category has a lot of cruise boosting, by the way. Like, a lot. Remember, you need all the wheels. This part is not that bad. Just jump on top of the fence, and there's like a little clip you can get here. If you grab it, you can go through like this. try to get inside this little hole here to set up for the next part. This is probably the part you'll have the most trouble on. I'm gonna jump on top of here, just spin around, grab this, and mash the Y button to bounce on top there. I also messed it up. I think my cruise boost is actually slow. Let me get another one. Yeah, no problem, Hawk. Thank you for being cool. If you die, remember you gotta get a cruise boost, so you gotta fall down and do it again, unfortunately. Get the clip. This is probably going to take you a little bit of time to get down, but you'll get it with some practice. It's not too terrible. Yeah, big thing here is remember to get all the socks. Like, pay attention. When I upload these splits so you guys can use them, pay attention to where the socks are. Like how many socks you should have after every given area. If you've never done Lighthouse before, I feel like you guys know I do Lighthouse, right? I think I've gone over Lighthouse before. Yeah. The thing is here, you need to get the wheels. So there's a little clip here that you can do. If you walk into the side of this thing here and get wedged in and jump, you can get the wheel. You gotta make sure you get that wheel. If you don't get the wheel with the clip, that's fine. The gates come down and you can get it after that if you need to. Also, Annoyed Gamer, thank you for the 8 months, man. Welcome back. Thank you for the tier 2, by the way. Double the money. Alright, so you should have all the socks now. Warp to the silver spatula and collect that golden spatula from Mrs. Puff. They should have 50 and 25. Pretty easy to remember, right? 25. This 25 is half of 50. It's pretty easy. Alright, so pause the game. Now you have 100% of downtown. Pause the game, go to Patrick's Dilemma. Now at this point, you've already unlocked the box. So you're gonna jump in here. Now this is the part where Jellyfish Fields starts to deviate from any percent a lot. You gotta jump across this gap. You can run through here and hit this button. Jump onto this ledge here and bash over. Kind of let this text box hit you. It'll go away. You just don't fuck with it. Now jump straight across. And hit this button. If you have to get rid of your cruise boosts, then you can get another one over here. Now you gotta be careful not to get hit in here. The reason why we're going in here is because there's a sock yet to get. So we're gonna get the sock, and we're gonna do some clipping to do so. Alright, so this clip's not that bad. All you gotta do is jump into the geode, mash the L button, and so you're like kind of like facing like this. You should be facing like this. You'll see what I mean. Mash the L button like that. Now to do this part, just kind of like right along the edge of the wall here and spin, and you should checkpoint yourself. You should get the checkpoint. Now the next step is to go over here and die. That's really it. Which is kind of hard, surprisingly, honestly. Without a cruise boost, it's kind of hard. Okay, you'll respawn in here, past the gate, as you can see. You can get a cruise boost off of this ledge. This part's pretty simple. Just bash, turn left, and bash again. Get the sock. Yeah, this category has a lot of extra movement in these levels that you wouldn't normally get everything in. Remember this sock over here? Okay, now you can turn around and get a cruise boost on this box. Jump around. I think I went over that in the intermediate tutorial, right? You can jump around this fence. Little gate. And then bash up here. Simple, right? I believe I went over that. Good old drain the lake, boys, am I right? Planned. Without cruise boosting, probably like somewhere between a 1 hour and 105, maybe. Something like that. Sub 1 might actually be possible without cruise boosting. I don't know though. Alright, so this is important. If you're on GameCube or PlayStation 2, walk back this way, but make sure you talk to Mrs. Puff before you go to the bus stop. Otherwise you will soft lock your game if you don't talk to Mrs. Puff before going to that bus stop. If you're on Xbox, pause the game and warp to Drain the Lake. But if you're on GameCube or PS2, you gotta walk. Saves time. Alright man, thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Alright, this part's pretty fun, I would say. Bowl this guy so he doesn't fuck with you. You can get all these tikis done in 3 hits if you space your cruise bubbles the right way. See how there's more of a gap on the right side between the rightmost tiki and the one to the left of it? You can't hit those two at the same time. So you can only hit the two pairs on the left at the same time. So you can do it again with this one. But again, if you miss any of those, you gotta abort and you will be doing it in 4 to 5 hits. If that makes sense. So just like that. Now, actually, this cruise boost on that wall kind of sucks. If you want to do it off this sign, maybe that'll be better. I know there are a lot of areas you can potentially do it off of. Here's one. You can also maybe do it here. Yeah, there's another one you can do it off. Do it off of that wall if you need to. But you're gonna just jump up here and maneuver yourself around here. Get this sock coming up over here. Wow, that was dumb. Holy shit. Okay, I already died. Well, that's fine. We got checkpoint strats. This is fine. Yeah, make sure you get that sock. Don't forget socks, boys. You don't want to be that guy who forgets the sock. And by the way, all these menus tell you how many socks out of like 0 out of 7, 0 out of 3, 5 out of 11. It tells you how many socks you've gotten. So if you ever miss a sock, if you're at the end of the game and you don't have enough socks, just pause the game and see where you missed them. It gives you a vague idea of where you missed them. Don't actually. That was autopilot. Don't do that. Just don't do yourself a favor and don't go for that shit. Just when you get up here. Okay. Use the wall jumps. I guess if you want to. The teeter-totter strat's not that bad, but when you get up here, bowl off and get rid of your cruise boost to get the spatula and walk over. Because yeah, what I just did there is more advanced, and you can lose a fucking shit ton of time if you miss it. Yo, what's up, Vic? Thank you for the 3 months, man. Actually 2 weeks ago, but oh well, so glad to be here. Well, good to have you back. No, I understand. I totally get it, man. Like, you do you. I'm just here to entertain you. Okay. So this next part, there are a couple of socks we gotta get. A few, actually. Yeah, there are a few. Yes, this will be on YouTube. You can get a cruise boost off of Squidward like this. Or you can get it off this box over here. Doesn't really matter where you get it. Squidward's faster. Get that sock. Now, again, box or Squidward, either one is fine. But you have to make sure that you open that box earlier in the game. Yep. Now get this sock, which is just hovering over this bowling area. And now you're going to jump to this rock and kind of like try to hit this button without going in the water. You can always get rid of your bowling shot. Actually, you can get a cruise boost. If you have to get rid of your cruise boost to hit this button, like this, you get rid of these robots. There's a spot over here where you can get another one. Like that. There are a lot of spots where you can recover cruise boosts like that. Okay, now we have 100% in Jellyfish Fields. So you're going to pause the game and go to on top of Shady Shoals and Bikini Bottom. 55 spatulas, 34 socks. What's up, man? We're doing a 100% tutorial video. Alright. So 100% you have to collect all the artwork as well. So you get a cruise boost off of this vending machine. Use the A button to skip this text box so you don't accidentally get rid of your cruise boosts.
Hunt 3 years running. Thank you.
Yeah, SBA is already done. Alright, get rid of your bowling shot before you go to this bus stop, for the love of God. Do not soft lock on that bus stop. People do that all the time. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Okay. So now we're gonna get this sock. Remember to get this sock under here. On GameCube, if you get this, you'll die instantly. On Xbox, it takes a little bit though. Thanks, Hat, for the bits. No problem, man. Hope you get a few things out of it. That's always the goal. You guys already know how to do this. It's pretty similar. Just make sure that you're getting the same socks. The socks you gotta get in this category. Make sure you're getting all the socks and the paintings. The timer is off because we're doing a tutorial. And I'm editing the splits as I go. Get this checkpoint, this invisible checkpoint by the red shinies over here, just in case you, for some reason, by the way, I just broke my own fucking rule. Alright, this is actually good. You guys can see what you shouldn't do in a run. Okay. So now, avoid touching these things. If you want to get extra shiny objects, fine, touch it before you leave, but don't blow yourself up. There's a sock over here. Go get it. Now over here, this is going to be a little bit different. There are a bunch of ways you can get that. Honestly, if you're intermediate, it's like you already know the setup, so you can figure out how to get through there. It's not that big of a deal. It's not hard. Make sure you remember the painting down here, by the way. Now, pause the game and warp to get to the museum. If you walk over to this little crater area, you can hit this button from over here. Get a cruise boost off of this wall. More socks are down here as well. Now we're coming up to one of the most fun segments in this run. Lasers. You gotta do a little bit of walking first though, some spatula collecting. You're gonna pause the game at this point and warp to slip sliding away. Just go ahead and walk on over to the Trench of Advanced Darkness. Now pause and go to across the Trench of Advanced Darkness. Yeah, dog, everybody's played Minecraft. Minecraft is sick. Okay, yeah, you know what? Alright, so turn around and hit one of these explosives up here. I haven't done this in a while, but yeah. Hit this shit, jump up here, get a cruise boost. Now you can get this, turn around, bash up here. You can kind of climb this, and actually that's not good. So what you're gonna want to do here is get a spin to kill your downward momentum. Remember I talked about this last time. If you spin, you can run off ledges for longer. Do a spin. Get rid of your cruise boost here. Damn, how do you avoid playing Minecraft for all these years? That's crazy. Okay, this part might seem kind of scary, but you gotta trust me. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do this. After you get that spatula, just like go back and get a cruise boost on this shit. And then you can just jump across and get this suck. Alright, this first laser, you gotta kind of pay attention because it's weird. Make sure you face this button so you get stuck and then hit it so you don't fall off. Now, this painting back here for me always drops an input, so be careful. If you press the A button once, the text box for the laser will actually eat your input, so be careful of falling back there. Okay? Because if you fall and die, the next cutscene for the next laser actually takes longer to go through, and you'll have trouble. Like you'll end up dying probably. Okay, at this point, remember the hand is disabled, so if you fail this, you gotta warp all the way back to across the trench of advanced darkness and start. And the lasers you've already hit will still be done, but you still have to go all the way back here. So make sure that you set this up so you're kind of like facing this button, kind of like that. And then once you have this visual cue, it's not precise, don't worry, it's not that bad. Just hit the thing, and you'll blow up, and you'll get sent in this direction, and you can just jump across, bounce on this. Now again, watch out for this chuck. When you bash up here, same thing. Make sure you get stuck on this and hit this button. Now, of course, we've already gotten this spatula that's usually over here, but this is the purpose of this is to get the spatula for completing the challenge. So you're gonna come back, go over here, make sure you get rid of your bowling shot before you talk to this clam. Now get the sock that's down in this pit for whatever stupid reason. You have to switch to Sandy here because Plankton will only give you this spatula if you're Sandy. Now pause the game. Warp to return the museum's art. You should end this segment with 63 spatulas and 43 socks. We're going to pause the game, scroll up twice to go to Goo Lagoon. And we're going to warp to King of the Castle. Now this part of the run might take a little bit for you to get down because this strat is a little bit difficult at first if you're, I guess like an intermediate or beginner player. Wait, did I go over kids? We do kids in the intermediate tutorial, right? Klepto? Anybody? Well, either way, this actually, you know what? I didn't go over it. Okay, cool. Well, you can bash up onto this box like this to get this sock. Just be careful not to get sucked into the box, because that can happen sometimes. But if you have trouble doing that, just get a cruise boost off of this after you... Yeah. Excuse me. You can just jump across like this and then jump back. Yeah, the reason why we used the cruise bubble on that thing down there was to unlock the trampolines and rafts. So we can get this spatula down here. If you want to be fancy, actually, you know what? You'll get the with this route. You'll get the save game glitch. So just don't die, I guess. Once you do this, pause the game and warp to King of the Castle. All right, so this is how you do kids. Get a first try or second try cruise boost out this box. If you get it third try, just pause the game and reload the level because the kids are on a cycle where. If you miss a cruise boost more than once, you're off the cycle and you cannot hit them. Hit this kid when he's over here. If you miss him, like, you can get him on the backswing like that. Again, this is there are a lot of backup strats that go into this. Honestly, the best way you can get used to doing this is just by doing it on repeat over and over again. Again, just like, I was off cycle here, which is the reason why I struggled to hit that. I'll do a more in-depth tutorial for, actually, you know what, I should just do that now because I have a save game. Alright, so let me go more in-depth with kids.
Are you ready, kids? Aye, aye, Captain! I can't hear you.
I got this stray save file over here. Alright, so again, like if you miss more than one cruise boost, pause the game and reload the level. If you're on GameCube or PS2, the cycle is going to be different. GameCube and PS2, that kid over there doesn't load it until you get close to him. So if you can miss as many cruise boosts as you want and still keep going. But on the Xbox version, you have to reload the level if you miss this more than twice. So load the level. This is how the cycle should look if you get it perfectly. This first kid's going to be in the same spot every time. Just kind of run off the pillar and press the Y button to bash him. Okay, well, that was stupid. I don't know why he dropped that low. But this is how it should look. Okay, there you go. Now go to one of these pillars to wait. Watch for the kid to go into the right spot. That's the visual cue. Go get him. Now for this one, you're just going to jump straight over the pillar. Make sure you get the sock. And this guy is going to go straight over this pillar. So you can do a double jump spin. Press the Y button and get him. Alright, that is how you properly do this. Now the difference is that if you miss a cruise boost, that second kid that you have to wait for, he's going to be in the right spot. So you don't have to... You wouldn't have to wait for him there. So if you don't miss any cruise boosts, you have to wait for the second kid. If you miss a cruise boost, you have to get this. You get the second kid right away. And then, if you miss the third cruise boost, you gotta just pause the game and reload to King of the Castle. Okay. That's how you do that. Again, King of the Castle. That's the one you reload to. Now we're left off. Before in the actual run, we were right here. So pause the game. Warp to Tower Bungee. Can I get across here without doing a cruise boost? Might as well just get one. Alright, make sure that you go like in the center of this area here so you get the checkpoint. Now there are a couple of ways of doing this actually. You can do them either way you want. You can just hit these things under here with the cruise bubble. That's the easiest way of doing it, but I'll teach you guys how to do this strat called Fast Whack. Now you'll notice here that these tikis are bobbing up and down, right? The tiki, you can like look at the shadows at the bottom actually. Look at the goo, how the shadows are bobbing up and down. So you want to get standing on this edge right here. On the edge of this tiki, you'll see that they're bobbing up and down, so you want to stand on the edge of this tiki. The visual cue is when these things go completely down, you want to press the B button. Like that. You'll get those two over there. Now you want to do the same thing and aim for these three over here. Okay, now jump to this tiki. As a matter of fact, just keep doing this. Yeah. We're doing intermediate strats, so just bowl the tikis when they're down and they'll rise up into the ball. And then just do this. That's how you do this fast. Now warp to through the sea caves. Wait, did I miss a sock? Oh, okay. Yeah, there are a few socks we have to get. Okay, so go through the sea caves. Now we're gonna walk back here and cruise boost off of this box. You can jump up onto these. There are a bunch of ways you can get over here, honestly. But what I'm going to recommend for this is press the Y button and slam to get up here and get the sock. And then you can kind of like, if the water's up, what you can do, I'll show you how to do this if the water's up. You can like hover. If you slam, you will still get this sock. And then you can just pause the game while you're slamming so you don't have to drown. So you pause the game after that and go to connect the towers. And we're gonna get the final sock now. Get a cruise boost off of this tower. Which is already kind of slow, but whatever. Just press the Y button here and you'll bash up. Actually, that cruise boost sucked. Let me redo that. Actually, just do it over here. This side's better. Press the Y button and you'll just bash up and get the sock. So be coming from here. Press Y. Sorry. Like that. Sock. Bam. 100% Goo Lagoon with 65 and 49. Alright, so next up on the list. Scroll down from Goo Lagoon. Actually, no, next we're gonna pause the game, scroll up to Bikini Bottom and go to on top of the chum bucket. That's the next one. Okay, top of the chum bucket. We're going back to Bikini Bottom. Alright, boys. Time for the best part of the run. You guys ready? This is the most fun part of like any category on in this game. And it's probably going to take you some time to get down to.
Here we are.
One thing that is extremely important here that you have to remember to do is touch this thing over here. This needs to be walked to. Because you'll see when you touch that, this vine, this little leaf grows here, so you can come back up here. Very important that you do that. Now from here, you're going to try to jump over and slam on this button. This is going to take you a little bit of time to get down, probably. But that's how you do that. If you miss the button, you can pull out your cruise boost, hit this, and jump up and get the camper here. Once you do that, again, if you got rid of your cruise boost, you're going to have to jump back down and get another one. But your goal is to get through that without getting rid of your cruise boost. Once you did that once, you can actually go back here and do this again without, because again, like if you have already gotten that checkpoint over there, you can just jump straight to here after you've already done it once. Because remember, you have to go there at least once. Camper over here, don't forget him. Remember to get this warp from Mrs. Puff as well, because the warp is important. Now for this part, just kind of jump on top of these tikis and be able to jump up here. Camper down here, and you should run off into this sock and drown into it. And if you did this the right way, you should reappear up here. This is your checkpoint. And there you go. Pause the game and warp to Kelp Forest again. And because you got the checkpoint, you got this little leaf over here you can grab. Just go back up here without having to get a cruise boost. It's fast. Alright, boys. Time for kelp vines. I'm actually going to teach you a cool kid strat. So if you get a cruise boost off of this box, excuse me. Kind of get stuck here. If you jump up here and bash and turn quickly, you can activate the timer without having to go under like that, but having to go under the slide or using it without a cruise boost. Now you can get this spatula and push yourself into this corner. And once you do this, just bowl off. Do not keep your cruise boost for this, by the way. If you keep your cruise boost, you'll overwrite the scripted trampoline here, and you won't be able to make this jump. So make sure you get rid of your cruise boost there. That's very important. Also, if you happen to fall here, just rewarp to one of the two final spatulas. But the reason why we're doing this is because of the sock you gotta get. If you fall, either way, you gotta warp to one of these two at the end. Alright, now for the actual best part of the run. And as you get better at the game, you're gonna be doing really crazy strats in here down the road. Kelp Caves. So to start off, hit this button, and that'll open the gate over here. You get a cruise boost. Oops. Now that you did this, you can climb back up. This has a lot of climbing. Grab this here. Now, to do this part, you gotta kind of like mash the L button, and you'll eventually pop through, jump over, get stuck on this little thing out here, and you can go under the map and grab this, this crystal. That might take you some tries to get, but as long as you get it eventually, you're fine. Now for this next magic trick, I'm gonna go over and switch to Patrick. The advanced strat for this is pretty hard for beginners to get down, so I'm just gonna go over it this way. Oh, there's not even a tiki here to use. Hold on, sorry. My bad. Okay, so we just got the crystal. We're gonna warp here. Cruise boost off of this rock. Alright, now get another cruise boost. You can get one off of like, there's a pretty good spot down here if you jump down. Right there. Actually, I'm pretty sure, yeah. You might need Patrick to do this, I don't remember. Oh, never mind, there's one right here. Actually, you don't need to get the crystal. There's the crystal like that's like up here that we got out of bounds earlier. You actually don't have to get it that way. You can just like get it this way if you want to. The crystal's usually up here, and we got it out of bounds earlier, but you can actually just get it up here this way if you want to do it that way. Yeah, we're gonna run all the way back now. We gotta walk back through here. There'll be this one tiki that we can use to push that vine up. Wow. Hey, pause the game and go back to Power Crystal Crisis. And here you are. Kelp Swamps, another really fun level. We're gonna head over here and just kind of get this spatula. We're gonna use this exploit over here to hit this button. This next part might be challenging for some people, but I don't think it's that bad. After we get this spatula, of course. You're gonna die in this little area here. Get a cruise boost off of this gate, this fence thing, bridge ropes. There's a sock hiding over here. Grab it. Now, I'd say go over this gate here, slam, and face this clam. Press the B button, now press the Y button, and then attack the sleepy time. Don't give any analog input there, otherwise it'll detect you and it'll attack you. Again, there's another sock up here. Once you have all 6 campers, pause the game, go to find all the lost campers. You're gonna get the spatula, and there's one more sock you have to get. A lot of people actually don't know where this sock is, which is why I'm gonna keep it a secret, and you guys are never gonna be able to finish the game. Okay, well here you go. You have to bowl all these tikis in a straight line. So kind of just line it up, do a fully charged shot, and the thing appears over here, so it just attracts you when you're near it. Now we have everything Kelp Forest. Pause the game, scroll up to Sand Mountain, defeat the robots on Guppy Mountain, or beat Mrs. Puff's time. Either of these will be fine. We're gonna warp there with 73 spatulas and 56 socks. Oh wait, my bad. So from Kelp Forest, we're actually gonna warp to Frosty Bungee. Wait. Yeah, let's warp to Frosty Bungee. Yeah, let's do that.
Keep.
You gotta get rid of your bowling shot here to get into the thing, so. Yeah. Alright, let's accept Larry's time challenge, but it doesn't really matter because we're gonna do a different strat. So you gotta turn over here and face the bus stop and talk to Larry.
I'm the fastest there is. My time.
And when you get over to the bus stop area, you gotta just switch as this text box is going through. And if you just accept the time challenge like that, you now have the time challenge active as Sandy. Now, this one is going to be kind of hard for some people. If you can't do this, don't worry. Just go down the slide twice. Go down once as SpongeBob, or you can just do the time challenge as Sandy, whatever you want, and just go back down a second time. But yeah, this one is kind of tight for, it'll be probably kind of tight for some people. Might take some practice to get down. And you gotta be really careful, because again, you're gonna end the timer with like 5 seconds to go. Alright, that was really dumb. That was just straight up an input drop. See, I might not even make this time challenge now. Alright, so hit this little button here. Turn around. Again, you're probably going to have to practice this a lot to be able to get it as someone who's never done 100% before. Be very careful to conserve your third jump and use it as late as possible here, because you're going to be able to dodge him. Again, guys, if you have too much trouble with this, just go down the slide twice. It's not a big deal. Like, you'll lose a lot of time, but like if you're new and you're taking time to learn how to do this, it's not too harsh. I miss this strat, dude. Back in the day, this is what we used to do. Before Larry Time Challenge skip was found, which is a stupid frame perfect nightmare. They're both awesome. I love both those tricks, but plenty of categories already have Larry Time Challenge in it. Let this one have its own thing, for fuck's sake. Again, make sure you're taking the correct path. Follow the path that I'm taking because it's the fastest way to get to the finish line. If you don't do that, you're probably going to get fucked by the timer. Just look at how close this was. Now once you're at this point, you can jump on top of this little brick and float over. Now pause the game and warp to defeat the robots on Sand Mountain. Yeah, we're doing a tutorial. You failed. You lose. Surprised you of all people don't remember that. Also, what's up, man? Nice Klepto. It's a lot of fun. Everyone's playing it now. Okay, guys, I'm not going to go over Sandman 1 cycle in this because it's definitely not an intermediate strat. You're going to go down twice, and that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. The key here, just make sure that you don't miss any Sandmen. Yeah, I'm getting nostalgic with this route. Because you need to hit all 8 Sandmen to get awarded the sock. Just do one full jump here and slide into this guy. Makes it a lot easier. Yeah, that'd actually be perfect. If you're streaming later, Jared, I'll host you because you're doing 100% right. These guys can watch a 100% run. So at this point, make sure that you get all the Sandmen. We're gonna go down here. Actually, I made a slight mistake. You're supposed to go over for the first time. Alright, so you'll see why this is a mistake later. Because here, like, okay. If you happen to make that mistake and go under the first time, not a big deal. Just get a cruise boost there and keep going. But what you really want to do, I'll explain when I get to it, but I made a little bit of a mistake there. Oh, I got you, Jared. Okay. Get rid of your cruise boost here, because if you don't, you might fall off the ledge. I've seen that happen before, where if you fall off the ledge, you gotta redo the entire level. You gotta get every Sandman again. Get another cruise boost here. You just gotta go down the slide again. But this time you gotta go this way. So there's one more Sandman all the way at the bottom of this area over here. But that's not all. We still need a sock. There's still one more sock after this. I'm probably gonna keep streaming until I'm not sure. Not sure how long this is gonna take. Anyway, so what's going on here is there's one more sock at the bottom of the slope, and there's another one as well that we got awarded for getting the Sandman. Also, make sure you're jumping as often as possible when you're on this slide, because when you have cruise boost and you're jumping on a slide, you get more speed than if you're just sliding on it statically. That makes sense. That's why I'm hopping a lot. The hopping is making me go a lot faster. No, I did some runs earlier. I actually got a run that was ahead out of prawn. It's pretty dope. Okay, so you see what I just did there? The reason why you want to do this one on your first trip is so you can keep your cruise boost. The second one where I got hit by the Thunder Tikis, you want to do that after, because again, like you're gonna be done after you get this sock, so you won't have a cruise boost anyway. You won't have to re-get it. Just like a little nitpick, but it'll save you a little bit of time if you do those endings in reversed order. But yeah, 77 and 61, that's what you should have at the end of this level. Alright. Pause the game and warp to top of the entrance area. Mermalair, all you're doing is pausing once and going up once. $77.61. Jump in this box here. Get a cruise boost off the box. And there's a little sock inside of this tube. You can get it this way. That's one way of getting it. There's, again, like, it's not really necessary to get it that way, but I find that getting it that way gives you a better visual on where the sock is. I've seen people lose a lot of time to trying to get this sock because it floats around in there and it's hard to see it. But the faster way to do it is you jump straight in and just grab it like this. But again, if you have trouble with that for some reason, you can just do the bungee. It's not that much slower. Alright, so pause the game. Warp to complete the rolling ballroom. Now, oh, excuse me. Warp to top of the security tunnel first. Let's do it in order. So top of the security tunnel, get a cruise boost here. Now, what you want to do here is go on top of this Thunder Tiki and bash and slam. Don't do it there. Make sure you wait for the turret to go away. Wait for the turret to pass itself. Let's just start this over. Okay. So I'll show you the one way of doing it. And I'll show you another way of doing it if you can't get it. So wait for this turret to pass. Right here, wait for it to pass. Bash slam. If you hold down the A button when you slam, you get a bit higher of a jump. Or you can just like run up to this clam. Do not press A. Press the Y button, slam. You can do it this way. There's another way of doing it too. So once you get that, pause the game, go to complete the rolling ballroom. Have you guys already know how to do this, right? You guys already know how to get the ballroom spatula. But first I'm actually gonna get a cruise boost off of here. You can get up this way. You can get up like this. There are a lot of ways. You can just go all the way back here. Climb up the stairs. Why not? Oops. Let's do it this way. There are a bunch of ways you can get up here. Yeah, you just do that. Pause the game. Go to complete the rolling ballroom. If you're on GameCube or PS2, just run back. But yeah, if you've already been through the intermediate tutorial, you already know how to do this. So like that. Also, if you don't know how to do it, just check the playlist, the tutorial playlist. It has the full ballroom tutorial in there as well. So pause the game, go to defeat prawn, and you guys already know how to do prawn skip as well, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so you have 79 spatulas and 64 socks. We're finally ready to go to the Dutchman's graveyard. Warp to Mr. Krabs, boys. Warp to Krabs, 79 spatulas and 64 socks. It's a lot easier doing tutorials for intermediate players because the intermediate tutorials are like, you don't have to explain nearly as much.
The graveyard.
Remember to do the spin here so you get stuck on the rock. Super important. It's the same as I do it for any percent. I just know where the trigger is, so I know where to jump. Remember to zoom in the camera before you get that because it makes you stick like this. So you want to stick like that when you get that. So zoom in the camera with the zoom button, whatever it is on your console. On Xbox, you press down on the right analog stick. On GameCube, press Z. I don't remember what it is for PS2 though. Alright, so get a cruise boost off of Squidward for this. Or you can get it off the box over there, over here. Either one is fine. To get this sock. If you fail the sock, just press the Y button on top of that rock down there. You can give it another try. Yeah, just use this rock to get back up if you have to. Probably Industrial Park would be more realistic, I'd say, to get done because unless you're talking about rehydrated. I think I taught you guys how to do this last time, right? Yeah. Oh.
Ahoy!
I think Industrial Park would be pretty cool. Holy shit. What? One tiki? It's solved for 100%, but it's not solved like in general for any percent. Now this part might trigger some autopilot for some people, but if you're one of those people, make sure you remember not to leave this level until you get the sock. I'll show you how to get it in a second, but just, yeah, like this here, do not forget to get the sock. I've done this so many times, I just forget to get the sock. But here you want to get a cruise boost off of this little pole. Just jump down. Get on top of one of these barrels and just bash into this sock. You can do it from over here too if you want to. Oh, excuse me. Do it from here. Alright, so now that you got that, pause the game and warp to defeat the Flying Dutchman. Did I go over this in the intermediate tutorial? I think I did, right? Okay, cool.
Had enough?
Oh yeah, I forgot about this dumb trick. Totally forgot about this trick. But it's fine because we have money. You can get yourself kind of stuck here. Yeah, there's no way to get this spatula without like with a glitch unless it's a lag clip or a crazy frame perfect trick shit bullshit. So I wasn't gonna go over that for this tutorial. It's intermediate only. But yeah, you don't have to really, it doesn't lose much time to do this at all, honestly. So pause the game and go to music is in the ear of the beholder at 87 spatulas and 68 sucks. Alright, I went over Squid's Dream, right? I went over Squid's Dream in the last intermediate tutorial, right? Shit, I'm like trying not to autopilot, but I'm also autopiloting. Pretty sure I did go over this. Oh shit, I just realized 100%, so I have to actually teach this. Okay, so this might be a little bit challenging, but if you can't get it, just do it in 2 trips. This part requires some turning, so instead of going over this way, you're going to turn around. Wait for this sharp note to be on the edge of the board, and then go get the sock, turn around, and go up here. This is Squid's Dream. How you do it this way. I'll show that one more time. So instead of turning around, yeah, you have to get the sock in this. If you get the cruise boost first try, kind of like stall yourself here. If you get the cruise boost second try, just jump straight across. Wait, see that red note? The red sharp, it's gotta be on the edge like that, and you'll be on cycle to get this. Alright, does that make sense? That's gonna require some practice. There's not much else I can really say about it, except practice it. You'll get it eventually. Now pause the game and go to across the dreamscape. Now over here, make sure that when you slam into the spatula, zoom in your camera beforehand, just so you don't fall. If you don't zoom in your camera, there's a high chance that you will not zoom automatically, and you'll just fall to your death. You can always just do it in 2 trips, Klepto. Okay. Now you can get a cruise boost on the back of this rock right here. See how there's like a little flat geometry? Pet stream. You're gonna have to figure that one out on your own. The first thing you do here is just pause the game and warp back to this level. The reason why you're doing that is to refresh your invincibility frames. So you want to press the A button 3 times and then mash the L button just to get that on. Now when you touch this duplicator, press the L button on it just to assure that you break it. I've seen so many times, like I clip through this thing because this game's hit detection is garbage. If you just like clip through the thing, it'll just the cruise level will just keep going. So always press the L button whenever you touch those things to manually detonate it. Okay, do you actually want to see the alternate way to get the sock? I mean, well, pretty much all you do. I'll show you again. I'll show you a different way of doing it, I guess. Yeah, see, this is the second try cruise boost. You just jump straight across. So for the Squid's Dream you're used to, the sock would be like right here, so you can just get the sock, and then you just pause the game and just go back to the Squid's Dream and redo it the way you're used to doing it. But I recommend still learning the sock because it saves a lot of time. I mean, the sock route where you turn around, I'd recommend learning that. So pause the game once you have everything in this area. Warp to Patrick. You should have 91 spatulas and 70 socks. Yeah, man, just go ahead and do that. It'll serve you well in the long run. Excuse me. In the long run, it'll serve you well. Yep. And I will upload these splits so you guys can use them. Once you have 98 spatulas, warp to the wall, jump in the chum bucket, and you guys know the rest.
They serve food here, yes, but they don't serve love.
I'm really excited to see people learn this category. This is actually the every other main category, like main tab category, as in the 4 that aren't miscellaneous, have full tutorials now. They all have them now. 100% no SBA, NG+, and 80%. So it'd be cool seeing some intermediate players get into this run.
Will SpongeBob be able to neutralize the giant robot?
Yeah, good idea. Good idea, Klepto.
Oh, close encounters of the painful kind.
Say hello to my little bubble friend.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I just didn't want to make too many splits for people who are downloading them because they might be able to, like, write notes, I guess, or something like that. I didn't want to make them split too often, that's the thing. But yeah. Alright, cool. And we're good. Time. 100 spatulas. Okay, guys, so that's how you do 100%. Again, this tutorial was designed so if you do, if you've already learned the beginner route for any percent and the intermediate route for any percent, this should be cake for you. You should be able to get this category very easily. So I'm excited to see new times on the leaderboard for 100%. If you're doing the 12-hour challenge, if you want to give this a try, ask me questions in my chat. Ask me questions in my twat. Yeah, okay. Just in my fucking twat. Yeah, Twitch.tv/shits where you can ask me like live. You can ask me on Twitter. Tweet at me, DM me on Discord, Twitter, whatever you want. Go to my server, ask me there. Fuck it. Yo, Crower, thank you for the gift sub to 420 Blaze It.
That does it. I'm becoming a lawyer.
So, my stream went down at one point because Twitch was being cool. We're at like 9 hours and 40 minutes of streaming. I don't really have time for more runs, so I'm probably just going to head off now. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this tutorial. Again, 12-hour challenge is this weekend. And if you're interested in running this game, try to challenge yourself to finish learning and finish completing your run in 12 hours. That's the whole challenge. A lot of people are doing it for a lot of different games. If you're interested in this one, that's cool. If you already run this game, challenge yourself and see if you can do 100%. Can I go over the kelp leaf jump in the cave? Yeah, sure, I'll just do that. For anybody who wants to. Here. Yeah, I'll go over that. Honestly, there's not really much I can say about it. It's just a very feel-based, movement-based trick. So. You just kind of gotta get a feel for it, man. Honestly, I got nothing really, not too much advice for it. I guess, like, get rid of this robot to make it easier for yourself. I think that people back in the day used to set it up like this. I feel like people set it up like this back in the day. Maybe do it like this. I don't know. I just do it based on feel. I didn't really include this though because it's more of a high level strat. I don't have much. I'm sorry I can't be more helpful, but there's like not really much I can say about it, unfortunately. Maybe you can climb up here. Yeah, maybe you can do it like this. Would this be easier? Hold on. Shit. Maybe try it like this. Why am I falling here? Try it like that. Yeah, this one is very field-based. But maybe that'll be easier for you to like get a visual on it. You can try it that way. Anyway, bros. Wait. What if you can just use that to like clip back into the other area? That'd be so funny. That's all I need. Wait. You can dude.